Hi beautiful souls, it's Tad here today with another video in our North Node series, and today we're going to be doing North Node in the 4th house through the signs. I highly recommend that you watch my North Node introduction video first if you haven't seen that, so links up above and description box below to kind of get an idea about what perspective I'm coming from when I'm talking about the North Node. And if you've been keeping up with the channel and you like the content that I've been putting out, you can support me on a platform called coffee.com by buying me a coffee. And the support that you provide me with will go into purchasing tools and equipment that I have to purchase to make these YouTube videos for you guys, as well as doing birth chart readings. And if you've been keeping up with the channel and you feel like you would like to connect with other people in the community, and as well as myself, you can join us on an online astrology hub called Astrology for the Uranian Souls. I'll provide a link to that down below, and if you click on it, you'll be invited to join. With any North Node placements, we're always trying to balance it with the South Node, meaning that if we are stuck in our South Node, we can feel like our soul slowly begins to decay and a certain amount of discontentment is going to creep up. But if we move too quickly into the sign of the house of the North Node, we could become a little bit of a fanatic, and it can lead to a bit of an obsession. So we want to kind of balance the skills that we've learned with regards to our South Node and take that with us while we move towards the North Node. And then if we can do that, we'll find that life has new meaning and new possibilities that we never thought we could ever experience before will be presented to us. So if you have a North Node in the 4th house, you'll have a South Node in the 10th house. And the fragmentation of your soul lies in a past or an ingrained belief that recognition for your success is going to bring fulfillment. Because it doesn't, and it won't. So in your past life, if you believe in that, or in an earlier life, with regards to your family's upbringing, you may be someone who may fall easily into a pattern of needing to be someone in the world, needing to be applauded for your efforts and your achievements. Otherwise, this placement can kind of make you fall into extreme sadness or even depression when you don't get that. But yet when you do get that, as achievements come naturally for you because you have the skills, you still feel discontent, like your soul slowly begins to decay. Because the truth is that you may not actually have the healthiest motivation for finding success in the world. Meaning that if your motivations for success is coming from one of these 3 things, so number 1, the need to be seen and be successful is coming from a motivation of needing to be someone before the end of your life so that you can have control. Or 2, the motivation for success is fueled by the voices in your head that are coming from your family and are not your own voices of you need to work hard, you need to be seen as so and so in the world, you need to keep up the image of the family. Or 3, the motivation for your success is being fueled by an almost compulsive need to create a particular image in the public world that is somehow different from who you are internally. For one reason or another, you may be stuck in the South Node. So to feel whole, you need to be going through a process of no longer living in the present moment while still carrying the burdens of your past with you, inside your own cell memory, to let that go. The 4th house is the house of your roots, your home environment while you were growing up, that became your safe space and your comfort zone and the core of who you are at a subconscious level. This means that if you have this North Node placement, you may need to turn inwards and really figure out why your motivation for success was coming from any of the things that we talked about earlier. And it generally stems from your childhood and your upbringing. So if you grew up in a household that was somehow kind of dominating, there was someone who presented themselves as a dominating authority figure and they made a lot of decisions in your life, they kind of controlled you, then you may be fueled for success in the world with the motivation to be the person that is in power because of that past. But you've already done that in a past life. If you grew up in a household where you were either lacking materially, or it could be the opposite, meaning that you were growing up in a very sort of materially successful, image conscious type of a family, then you may be fueled by this need to succeed because of the motivation to keep up the family image or to undo the family image of lack by sacrificing your authenticity. But you've already done that in a past life. If you grew up in a more lonely household where you couldn't quite express yourself and be seen when you express yourself with your family members, you could be creating an inauthentic image as a way of getting the missing acceptance met through sort of escaping from your real self and generating an image that would be accepted in the society as the fuel for the success. And so this is a form of escaping from the loneliness that you have to face when you're trying to turn inwards to figure out who you really are authentically at your core by, creating that false image. And you've already done this as well in a past life. So this North Node placement calls for inner child work to reclaim the essence of who you are that was missing in your childhood while you were growing up for one reason or another. The essence of youth is fun, happiness, and joy. If you want to be fulfilled with this North Node placement, you have to cultivate it from within. Feel the gratitude, joy, and love deep within yourself without anything from the external world influencing that. And you may want to avoid asking why you should even do that if there are no results, no achievements, no success. So when you first get in touch with your North Node, and this can happen at any time in your life depending on life circumstances, the people that you meet, anything else in your chart that may be supporting you or pulling you back from that. But the first encounter with the North Node tends to lead to a bit of an obsession, a bit of a fanaticism. And with this North Node placement, this can kind of mean overdoing the inner work. Therapy sessions, the introversions, the hermit phases. Take it in strides, otherwise you can overwhelm yourself with the shock that can resurface with regards to things that you didn't realize was going on, was kind of hidden within your family, your ancestors even. Take it in stride, the discovery of the relationship dynamic between you and your parents, and the way that you may be imprinting their behaviors, and slowly deconditioning from that. The thing about knowing your roots is that it brings inner security, and that's ultimately what we want to get to at the end of the day. Inner security, inner stability, inner peace. Because inner security is going to bleed into fulfillment in everything that you do in the world, in the outer world. Because you'll be approaching all situations and life circumstances with abundance and joy. And with regards to the law of attraction, you'll get abundance and joy back. If you're approaching circumstances, success, and situations in your life with lack, inner insecurity, that's what you'll get. You'll get the lack, you'll get the outer security, and it'll never make you fulfilled. So you already have it. It comes from inside. So what you can do practically to get in touch with this North Node placement is, of course, first of all, to get yourself into a really good therapy session, to do some inner child work. And once you've kind of mastered that, you may be somebody who even want to have a family or children of your own so that you can have a family in your own terms in the way that you may not have gotten while you were growing up. You may want to make your home a home, have a space that truly belongs to you. But make sure to visit your parents or anyone in your family from time to time. Spend time with them without emotional attachment to things that has happened in the past. But do it with ease because you have generated your own internal security without them. So the sign that your North Node is in is going to show the traits and the qualities that you need to develop in order to feel fulfilled, safe, and secure from within. So if you have Aries North Node in the 4th house, you have a Libra South Node in the 10th house. You're learning here to become a leader in a group, or with groups of people that feel like family to you, to have that comfortable tribe that is yours. There may have been power struggles within the home, but it is necessary that you're independent in setting your own rules and boundaries with regards to the foundations that you want to create when it comes to inner stability. And cultivating that inner fire, working with your gut instinct, that can really bring you security. If you have a Taurus North Node in the 4th house, you have a Scorpio South Node in the 10th house, and you're learning to find material support for yourself and your family if you have one, especially maybe a home that brings you a peace of mind. It depends on what else in the chart is going to support this too. But here it's also about understanding yourself at the essence and being self-sustaining in whatever form it is. This brings emotional stability. If you have a Gemini North Node in the 4th house, you have a Sagittarius South Node in the 10th house. You're learning to adopt a logical, analytical approach when trying to understand your past, rather than letting the emotions overwhelm you, because then we get nowhere. You're searching for a family type of environment that feels like friendship, and your social circles and your friends may just do that for you. If you have a Cancer North Node in the 4th house, you'll have a Capricorn South Node in the 10th house. So you're learning here to really give yourself care and nourishment in your own personal space, which is a must to have if you're going to get a peace of mind to build inner security. But also to kind of let go of approaching your family with that more detached, calculating Capricorn North Node type of a Capricorn South Node type of a trait and quality, but from warmth, from feeling and pure love without the rules. If you have a Leo North Node in the 4th house, you have an Aquarius South Node in the 10th house, and you're really learning to really express yourself authentically amidst any family pressures, to really be yourself. And with that, you may want to have your own personal family empire one day where everybody is allowed their own uniqueness and ways of expressing themselves. If you have a Virgo North Node in the 4th house, you have a Pisces South Node in the 10th house. You may be learning here to generate a healthy critical eye, heavy research and analysis of your roots. That can kind of bring clarity to your past. And within that, gaining inner security and stability through mind, body, soul practices like yoga. With a Libra North Node, if you have a Libra North Node in the 4th house, you have an Aries South Node in the 10th house. You're here learning to adopt tact, diplomacy, and perspective when dealing with the people closest to you, rather than a place of kind of single-mindedness and maybe even forcefulness. You could be a great advisor for family issues. Adopting that harmony deep within your heart can be kind of difficult with this South Node, but it's important. If you have a Scorpio North Node in the 4th house, you'll have a Taurus South Node in the 10th house. And you're really learning to distance yourself a bit from the family wealth and the image that you're building, your family's building, and the status that your family's trying to gain with regards to the South Node placement. And really be truthful and honest about who you could really be at your core. Maybe the occult or depth psychology really helps you to figure that out. Maybe you need to do it in extreme privacy. Also, keep an eye on how you may express or unleash any of your kind of repressed anger. And that may actually help to shine a light on your more subconscious motivations for doing a lot of the things that you do in your life. And you'd grow once you uncover that. If you have a Sagittarius North Node in the 4th house, you'll have a Gemini South Node in the 10th house. You're really here learning to form your own beliefs about what really brings you internal security. Opinions and thoughts can really affect our feelings, but opinions and thoughts, they're never really ours. They are more of voices and opinions of our families of the past that is imprinted within us, and then we get certain emotions or feelings based on that particular conditioning. But once you form your own beliefs based on your own life experiences, we can kind of allow that peace of mind to come when certain feelings arise, because we'll know that, oh, I'm feeling this because of some conditioning of my past opinions and thoughts. that's not actually mine, but I know what I believe in. And I can now feel at peace. For example, if people in your past told you that to be happy, you have to have a particular job. But let's say you traveled around the world and you found that people have found success through various kinds of jobs. The next time somebody tells you that you're not successful because of a job that you have, you no longer feel sad or angry that you would have felt in the past, because you now believe that there are various different types of careers that can bring success. So we can gain emotional stability and inner security through that. If you have a Capricorn North Node in the 4th house, you'll have a Cancer South Node in the 10th house. You're here learning to build inner strength and perseverance without falling into some kind of depression while you're in the process of it. Growing up was tough, no doubt about it. Although you do value the traditions of having a family and a home, you probably like to be the one to set the rules that you feel may protect the family that you built from the drama of the type of family that you had while you were growing up in. This is also a really good place of needing to find material support for yourself. If you have an Aquarius North Node in the 4th house, you have a Leo South Node in the 10th house. You're really here learning to discover your own inner weirdness and eccentricities. And ultimately authenticity, which is a total deconditioning of your past. And with that, you can find a group of like-minded individuals that you can really call your home, your tribe. You're here to be an advocacy for yourself. And last but not least, if you have a Pisces North Node in the 4th house, you'll have a Virgo South Node in the 10th house. With all else being equal in your chart, you're really here to learn to give yourself self-compassion. Time alone to really get your mind and feelings to drift off into some imaginative fantasy land. Or art, music, or spirituality that can bring you a clarity because it declutters the core of your being from the emotional heaviness that can be there and the energies that are overwhelming you from the external world. And that's going to give you clarity about who you really are. You also need to cultivate a certain amount of bravery into figuring out some family secrets, any skeletons in the family closet. There may be quite a lot of them, but you have to admit yourself with regards to what you see that's being hidden. Now that's Pisces. Pisces doesn't want to admit what they see, but you'll have to bring clarity by admitting it to yourself, getting honest with yourself, and allow compassion for your family and for yourself. Otherwise, you can run the risk of behaving in ways with regards to your life, the relationships and people that is actually a conditioning or an imprinting of your family and ancestors, but you don't realize it. So this is my take on North Node in the 4th house through the signs. If you have this placement, do comment below what sign your North Node is in and what's been your experience with having North Node in this house. If you'd like this video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you haven't. If you already subscribed, then thank you very much for coming along. I do birth chart readings, synastry, and other types of readings. You can check out my website and browse around. And that's it, beautiful souls. I'll be seeing you soon with the last video in our North Node series. That's going to be North Node in the 2nd house through the signs. And have a beautiful day. Bye!